This video is part of a series of videos showing how I make a quiet book using dies. To learn more about this project, please see the introductory video. Just look at these adorable pages with a fluffy chick and a fluffy bunny. These pages remind me of the Pat the Bunny book, where there's a little patch of fluffy fur on the bunny's belly to pat. These pages were fun to make, but a little tricky. Let me show you how I did it. For the bunny and the chick, I used these dies from the Greetery. They are designed with a circular body so that you can add a round honeycomb ball on your bunny or chick. They have a few other designs in this Hey Honeycomb series, so go to thegreetery.com to check it out. The size and the roundness of the body work great for these quiet book pages. To prepare the felt, I ironed on Heat and Bond Light. This makes it easier to cut out with the thin dies, and it also gives it some strength so that it will keep its shape. When I die cut it, I use the chrome precision plate in my sandwich, and it cuts really nicely, very cleanly. The dies cut the body of the chick and the bunny, and also some tiny pieces that I'll embroider in place. And since I treated the felt with the interfacing first, I can just simply peel and place these details. I can use the stencil feature of the die to get the position of the details. And then I use a pencil to mark the placement of other facial features, which I will embroider later. It's a little tricky to keep everything in place when I lift the die, but at least I get a general idea of where things will go. And now I can use a hot iron to press them into place. And now with 2 strands of matching embroidery floss, I stitch all around these details. I just use a regular running stitch. And I use a very fine, very thin needle, and I try to make my stitches small and even. This is sped up by 2, but I try to take my time and stitch as neatly as I can. Then I stitch the bunny's nose. Next, I embroider the eyes. I'm using a dark gray for this. And I don't carry the floss from one eye to the other in the back because I don't want that thread to show through. I also attach the bunny tail, and then I sew a few rows of stitches across the chick's wings. Okay, so now that those details are sewn into place, I'm ready to start putting this together. I used Eileen Hall's Handbound journal steel roll die to cut 2 pages of felt. I did not treat these with interfacing. I also cut a page of this green gingham fabric, which I did prepare with the interfacing before I cut it. This will be the grass. I cut a piece for both pages. I peel back the paper, and now I can iron this into place. And now let's cut the apertures into the bunny and the chick bodies. The chick needs a slightly smaller circle. I just used nested circle dies that are in my stash. I fitted it with the best size that I had available. I don't want to cut too much of the body away. I want to leave enough so that I have enough to stitch it into place. And then I will cut a slightly larger, just slightly larger circle from the pages. If I'd cut that circle exactly the same size, then you would see the page layer through the bodies. And that's why I cut this circle just a little bigger, just slightly. But I want to be careful not to cut a hole that's bigger than the die cut bodies. You don't want to see this fur outside of the body of the chick or the bunny. And now you can see how this is going to come together. There's fluffy fabric on the bottom, then the page, and then the little chick and bunny on top. I carefully peeled the paper backing from the interfacing on the back of these little bodies. And in areas where I'm worried that I might pull out the stitches, I have a few choices. I can either carefully tear the paper backing away, I can use scissors to cut it away, or I can just leave the paper on those areas. I noticed that I could see through the felt just a little. It was showing through. So I decided to fix that by cutting another body of each of the animals and then cutting the size larger circle, the same one that I used for the pages aperture, from the body. And then I aligned those 2 die cuts and then ironed them together. And now they are thicker and there's no show through. And now we are ready to sew the animals into place. It's super tricky to keep all of these layers together, especially the thick, fluffy fabric. First, I use tiny sequin pins just to pin the body into place. And then I clip the fur swatch to the back of the page. But then when I went to start sewing, it just still shifted and moved around too much, so I added some pins to secure all the layers together. and then I slowly and carefully stitched around the body. And as I'm stitching, I'm making sure I'm getting all of the layers of fabric, especially as I'm stitching around the circle part. And then this same method that I did for the chick didn't work as well for the bunny, since there's only this thin frame around the body. And if I were doing this again, I think I might cut a smaller circle from the bunny than I did. But what I found worked was to just add a tiny bit of glue to tack the bunny first into place. And then I pinned the fur into place. And then, especially with this bunny and this super thin frame, I want to be extra sure that I'm stitching through all of the layers of fabric. And for this, you really need a fine, sharp needle. I go slowly, I take my time, and I stitch as evenly as I can. Now that everything's stitched into place, all that's left to do is to cut away the extra fur fabric from behind. Be careful not to cut too close to the stitched line though. And that's how I did it. That's how I made these 2 pages for our quiet book. If you like this project and you want to see more in this series, be sure to subscribe. That way, you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you like this project and want to see more like it, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Take care.